What did you think when you first thought, shall I become a Riley or not?
You don't want to know what I thought.
One day, went to the DI, I think I was looking for some ties or something, and just noticed a green coat on the rack, and it was just, I mean, it just stood out above all the others. I don't know why, but
divine intervention.
Exactly, it just stuck out. And for some reason, and I can't remember what time of the year it was, but I just remember thinking, man, this would be cool because this is a great green jacket. And what we should do is we should put together a tournament, a family tournament, and give the winner this exact jacket. And so I got on the phone with Trev, and I told him about it, and I think somehow Trev called Josh. And what kind of started as a silly idea, a fun, silly idea, I mean, we just, it all of a sudden became reality. Go buy the jacket for $6.
Yeah, we Bud called me, and I think it was that same day we cruised back up to the DI and showed it to me, and the big gold buttons and the green jacket. From there, I called Josh, and because Josh had a lady that did embroidery, and we came up with the idea of, hey, let's put the family crest on this jacket, have a golf tournament, and every year give that jacket to the winner. And Josh was able to come through as usual, and what, like Buddy said, what kind of turned into a kind of, hey, well, you know, how cool would it be if we could do this? You know, turned into actuality, and 3 winners later, and the tournament coming up quick. It's been pretty something special to all of us.
What an idea! What a great thing to kind of keep everybody together, and to at least once a year, all of us get together and compete a little bit, bring our families together, and just, you know, encourage each other to play the game of golf a little bit better each time.
He took my mother in to get the ring. He let her pick out my ring. But at 16, I wasn't that sensitive about things like that, so I didn't care as long as I got. And I got it on the 3rd of July. He couldn't wait till the 4th, so he gave it to me on the 3rd. I'll back. When I first started going with Dwayne, his family was so together. I mean, they did everything. They knew everything about each other. They went everywhere together. They cleaned each other's houses. They were just so fun to be around. And I thought that's what I want my family to be like.
My mom and her family were very close. If one person in that family had a problem, it was all of us' problem. We all took care of it, you know. I was lucky to be able to get a girl that had the same ideas and values that we wanted in our family, and we've tried to instill that in our kids.
I would say that I hope that this golf tournament never gets more important than family.
The thought of winning this tournament, all the background putting together as our family, the competitiveness between me and my brother, and growing up, and then my sons, has been was really awesome. Seems like it was a long time ago since I won it. It was only 2 years ago, But it was something that I'll remember all my life. Golf to me has been, it's more than just an individual game. It's something you don't play each other, you play against the course or against par. But it's a golf that you can play all of your life, from very young to being an old man, and still compete. The most important thing that we want to see come of this is that it holds us all together, that we stay close together, and that there's a competitiveness, but most of all is that we're there to show our love for each other.
Being the official winner, official first winner, was I don't know if it was just because nobody else knew how to play golf at the time, or it was just more of a lucky thing for me. Golf's a great challenge of one's self. There's more, you can learn a lot about yourself, whether you're gonna, it's interesting to me to watch guys, or go out with guys that play maybe once a year, twice a year, 3 times a year, even once a month, and lose their temper or start throwing their clubs, or and in my opinion, they have no right to do that because they don't put enough into the game to have earned that right to be that upset with himself.
Do you have that right?
No, I don't. And that's why I don't throw clubs. If any of you that are listening to this, especially those who have come into the family through marriage, you need to sit down with Grandpa Riley and let him tell you some stories of his growing up and how it was to grow up without a dad, and to have your uncles and your grandpa set you straight when you misbehaved, or set those things down for you.
It was Mom and Bud, Grandma and Grandpa Meyer, me and Joanne and our kids, Gene and Bob and their kids. And we went down to Bowers Mansion, and it's a resort from the Comstock Lode, the mining Comstock Lode rich people, and they made a resort out of their house. And so we were all out there swimming, and the change rooms was all around the outside of the pool, and so you go in there and change your clothes and then go out and swim, and then go back in and put your clothes on. Well, we were in swimming for a few hours, and then Mom and Bud got out, time to go, and Gene and Bob got out. Me and Joanne were still in the pool when Bob come running back to get me. He says, "Dwayne, come here, we got a real problem." So I went running back to his change room, and of course Bud, Grandpa Meyer, he's knocking the doors off the change room, he's kicking, and he had to get some guy with a throat shaking him. He says, "I'll kill that SOB." He says, we didn't know what was going on. I thought we're going to be in jail. And he was nuts. Well, come to find out, somebody had gone in there and crapped in him in a brand new pair of shoes. But if it had happened to me and Bob, we'd have threw the shoe away and forgot it. But Bud was going to find a guy and kill him. Oh, he was
Well, the guy bought him a new pair.
well, he finally gave him a new pair of shoes. But,
And then when he got back to work,
oh yeah, when he went back to work, all the guys, and of course Uncle Blaine let the cat out of the back, and it was a while before anybody had enough nerve to tell him, but then they started calling him little shit the shoes Meyer. So anyway, you're gonna have to edit that part.
And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire.
And so being a Riley and being part of that heritage is something that I take, that I hope someday with my own family, they'll all understand what it really means to be a Riley. I hope that we get to the point with this family tournament where everybody blocks that weekend out and nothing interferes with that. That becomes so important to them to be with family and to be with that activity, that everyone will be.
I predict that the sun will shine on Saturday, and that
Not going to call the ball, huh?
well, I'll say this: the prediction that O'Reilly will win the tournament?
One hole, and that was last year in the playoff. And you know, I might not have been able to get out and practice as much as I have in years before, but being that close to something that means so much to all of us, I'm definitely going to take a look at every shot that I have to make and go through some decisions. I'm not saying I'm going to win, but
you ain't gonna lose.
I ain't going to lose.
Having the, you know, being spoiled first off with the attention of my grandparents, I think that it's what it's all about. You know, that when somebody cares about you, to give you all that they have from within, as well as all that they will have. That's what it's about. It's about loving other people.
I had this family that basically put me on their shoulders and have carried me through so much, and I can't even begin to say the blessings that have come from it. And I don't think anyone listening to this tape can say that, you know, the family isn't a divine creation by God. I definitely believe that because I know that. I'm grateful for those people, and I know that no matter who puts on that jacket, they continue to set an example for all of us, and that's what's most important to me.
All right, so predictions from 3 non-winners who don't wear the green jacket.
Unbelievable.
Who's gonna win? Which one of you is gonna wear the jacket first?
I always like to go with an underdog, and I've always kind of kept a little special underdog in my heart, and that's Bo.
Ooh. If we're going by the highest score this year, I'm picking Kirkham. I think it's going to be someone who hasn't won yet. I'll say that. I don't know who it is yet. I am picking an underdog, but I think that the jacket is awarded to somebody who does not currently own one.
Put 52 long.
It's about 321 to the center of the green, and I remember about halfway through playing that I thought, you know, I don't think I'll have a shot at it, and then on the back 9 I picked up and played pretty well to where I thought, you know, if I can shoot low 80s, I think that I could have a good shot at this, and I think I came in at 84. And as I was talking, I think Scott was in one of the last groups, and we haven't really figured out you know, the whole scoring thing. So everybody's telling everybody else what they have, and I'm in the back of my mind thinking, I've got the lowest score. There's only 2 more foursomes out there. I got a good shot at this. Well, then Scott rolls in, and he's got the same score I do. So I just immediately just thought, okay, just focus, just, you know, play your game and see what happens. As soon as everybody came in and we found out that we had the lowest scores and that we were tied, there wasn't anybody behind us, so we went and played 18 again, which is a pretty straight par 4. It's got a bunker up to the right, and everybody is standing there watching. And it doesn't sound like a lot with just your family watching there, but when you've got something on the line,
I dare say it's more important than having 20 million people watching it.
But so Scott and I go down there and we flip a coin, and he won, and he decided to tee off first. And I just remember that feeling in my stomach when I found out that I tied, dropping even lower when I saw him hit his drive, because like Buddy said, it was pin high just to the right of the green. And I thought, he's gonna have to chip over this bunker, so maybe if I aim a little left, I will have to go over that bunker and I'll be fine. Well, I tried to power it, and it went right, and it was probably 5 yards from his ball. And so he chipped on the green and had a putt left, and so I chipped on, and it didn't bounce and kick the way I thought it was, so I was still short. And I remember, because Bo always talks about this, but on the green it came in to where if I was going to putt straight at it, I'd have to putt up onto the rough and then back down on the fringe. So I took my 60-degree wedge and chipped over off of the green, over the fringe and back onto the green, and it rolled a little bit further than I thought. But I had about an 8-foot putt, and I thought, you know, if I can sink this, then if Scott 2 putts, we'll be fine. Well, if Scott 1 putts, then we would both birdie. But sure enough, I get up there and was shaking like I cannot believe. And Kirkham made a little bit of a comment about my stomach, and sure enough, I putted it and missed it for. It seemed like just inches. I mean, it was so close to go.
It's my fault, isn't it?
So Scott, I'm coming for you, buddy, and everybody else there that thinks that they've got a shot at this, because every shot that I take, it's gonna.
You got something to play for.
Come on, Dennis.